Hey guys, Sam from Manfa's Makes. How are you all? Welcome back to all my returners, and hi to any newbies. It's so great to have you here. Please do stick around a while, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbie. They are free. So you have clicked on today for another episode of Magazine Makes. Now, if you have been here a little while, you will remember that I did a series a little while back called Magazine Monday, and that is where I showed you my extensive collection of a UK published crochet magazine called Simply Crochet. Excuse me. Oh, and I don't edit, so you'll have to bear with me. So I showed you all of those magazines that I have in my stash, and I said that I hadn't really made anything from them. And then this year I made a list of 24 goals for 2024, and one of those goals was that I was finally going to start making some items from those magazines that I have in my collection. Now, there are a few other episodes of this fairly new segment, so I will link the playlist down below for you should you wish to go back and see other episodes. But where we left off was I had finished the sweater that I had made from the previous magazine, and I had told you my plans for the next make. Now, things have changed, guys. Things have changed because, you know, artistic license and, you know, other bits and bobs came into play. Now, if you did see the last episode, you will know that I picked something out of this Crochet Edits, which is a bonus little pamphlet, leaflet, brochure, whatever you want to call it, that came with the magazine that this came with. And I had decided to try and make the pineapple stitch shawl, because another of my goals is that I wanted to make more hugs for people, and also I had never made the pineapple stitch, and this is what it looked like. This was the plan, and I did make a start. However, here's another picture of it. However, while I was making it, I only got a few rows in, and I just could not get the stitch count to be right, to be accurate. I tried half a dozen times, guys. I didn't admit defeat easily. I was really eager to get to grips with it. I don't know whether it was me messing up, that I didn't understand the pattern, or whether the pattern was incorrect. I do not know. But for whatever reason, I could not get this to work. So I had to rethink and replan. So the pineapple stitch shawl is not on my hooks. So I went digging through that extensive stash of magazines that I have, looking for another shawl or wrap of some description that I wanted to make instead. And I stumbled across a really lovely one, and this one I have done some filet crochet, but I haven't done an awful lot. So I thought, perfect, I can do a little bit more of that technique and get some more experience with the filet crochet. So I pulled out Simply Crochet issue 83. That is what the front looks like, and no, it is not this one on the front. And I was umming and ahhing between two of the wraps and shawls in here that use the filet crochet. Now, first of all, I fell in love with this shawl here. It's got hearts and roses, but there is some beadwork, and I do not have beads. I didn't want to go and buy beads, and I'm just not in the right frame of mind to delve into something that far out of my comfort zone, and I didn't have the money to buy the extra supplies. So I was like, well, I could do it without the beads, but also the more I looked at it, I thought it looks a little too much like a tablecloth for my liking. Don't mean any offence by that whatsoever, but the more I looked at it, the more I kind of fell out of love with it. So I kept on looking, and then I stumbled across this one, and it is just simply called Blue Wrap. It is a rectangular wrap It is filet crochet and it is absolutely beautiful. There it is made up, or a part of it. And I thought, you know what? I need to make this. So this is the design that I have now chosen to put on my hooks. Now it has been a little while, like I said, since I have done filet crochet, but I was up for the challenge. Now I did follow the little bit of written instruction at the beginning, and then I had to go back and find the chart. I find it easier to follow a chart with filet crochet, so that is what I am doing. And basically it is 5 repeats of the same little bit. Now I can only flash this to you quickly because of copyrights and things, but I need to do 5 repeats of that design. So that is the make that I finally got on my hook for this segment. Now this will only ever be featured in this segment. I will not show it on a crochet catch up or anything like that. This is specific to this segment on the channel. Now let me go back to the magazine. You'll also realise, if you know, I am not professional in any way, shape or form. Now they recommended a 2mm steel hook because I think the yarn that they used was super skinny. I don't recognise the yarn, I'm not familiar with the yarn, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go rogue. I'm going to do it my way because, hey, that's what us crafters are lucky to have the ability to do, right? So that's exactly what I did. So then I had to think to myself, who am I going to make this for? Who am I going to gift this to as a hug? Now I'm not going to reveal who I am making it for. I will show you the yarn, the hook, what I have done. But all I'm going to say is there are clues within this video to try and figure out who is getting it. So I decided to go with a 4mm. I love my 4mm. It is my most favourite hook of all the hooks. I love my dots, so I did grab my trusty dots, and I thought, right, I now know what hook I'm going to use because I ain't going to play with a 2mm for something that big. Plus, I don't think I had any yarn small enough to fit the criteria, so I just decided to pick from my stash. Now it is being kept in this bag here. Isn't it gorgeous? Apparently they are limited edition, sometimes one of a kind. And a gorgeously, gorgeously beautiful friend of mine who I love so dearly gifted it to me all the way from Australia. It is living in this bag. And it is being made from yarn that was also gifted to me from this person. I am using, and I've never used this yarn before, and I'm going to tell you, I love it. This is a Lee's Bella Ombre Batik. It is 100% cotton. There are 250 grams or 8.82 ounces, 900 meters or 984 yards, hand wash, do not bleach, do not tumble, lay flat to dry, low iron, dry clean using P. It recommends a 2 to 4mm knitting needles or a 1 to 3mm hook. Well, as you know, I'm using a 4mm hook because Manfa likes to break all the rules and do it all her own way. And interestingly, that is the second cake of it up there. So it starts off super pale blue in the middle and it gradiates out to a darker blue. It is an ombre, like it says in the name, Ombre Batik. I am already well into this first cake. It's starting to collapse. It is super squishy. It goes out to this lovely darker blue on the outside, but it does start off super pale. And you will see the pale part when I hold up how much I have managed to get done so far. But you can see as a point of reference there that that is how it started. And I am going to need both cakes. At this point in time, I am not convinced that 2 cakes will be enough. But that's okay. I will do as many complete repeats as I can. I'm guesstimating that I will be able to do about 4. If I can get the 5, happy days, super duper wonderful. But this is quite a wide wrap and the repeats are quite tall. So even if I only manage to get 4 repeats, I still think it's going to be big enough. And I haven't actually looked at this through the camera to see how it looks. So it's going to be a bit of a reveal for me as well. And also with filet crochet, the design isn't always really clear unless you look at it from a different perspective, because on your lap it will look completely different. Now, the beauty of this wrap is, let me go back to the magazine again. Sorry guys, I just need to be a little thorough and hopefully clear on the info that I am giving you. Now, oh, there is a picture of a lovely lady wearing the wrap that was made for the magazine. Gorgeous. But for the wrap itself, you actually work it this way. You chain down this way and you work up. I'm never good with direction on these things. Sorry guys. So there you go. They've done 6 repeats on this one. I'm going to be lucky if I can get 4. So you chain the width of it and you work from width up. So you don't work on it, you don't chain this super long length and only do up that far. You work that way and long. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So I bust an absolute gut to make sure that I got at least 1 complete repeat done to show for you today. Now this is going to be a work in progress for a little while. Probably the next 2, 3, 4 episodes of Magazine Makes will just be featuring my progress on this project, because it is quite a large project, it's quite time consuming, and because it is going to be a gift for somebody, I want to make sure that I do my very, very best with what I produce. And I don't want to rush. I don't want to rush just for content's sake for the channel. I want to do an accurate, well, this is how much I got done, guys. This is how much I got done, guys, until it is done and I get to pick another project to make later on in the year. I am so over pressurizing myself to get stuff done just for content or the channel, or because I want to please everyone all the time and join in with all the cows and everything that everyone is doing. I made a pledge at the beginning of this year to stop doing that to myself so much. I'm still doing it a little bit. It's a work in progress. I am always an evolving work in progress, guys. Let's just put that out there. But I am making great progress with that. I'm taking great strides to not pressure myself. Now, I did pressure myself to get at least 1 full repeat for this video, because I want you to see the pattern emerging and how it is going to look. But from this point on, I am just going to work on it as much or as little as time and life allows me, and we'll just keep checking in once a month, seeing how we're doing. Okay? So here is the first full repeat. Let me put the yarn the other side. So as you can see, it is quite wide because I can't even put it all on frame. But there we have 1 full repeat. So now I just need to do this over and over until I run out of yarn, or I'm at a place where I feel I can stop. Isn't it gorgeous? Right, I'm going to put the yarn the other side and turn around the other way, because also with filet it's not always clear which is the front and which is the back. So let's hold it up this way as well. Now it is a little tricky to see because it is holy, because you know, filet crochet and all that jazz, but eventually it will be flipped up this way and will wrap around that way. This is just the edge, so I'm working on it the opposite way of how you're going to wrap it around yourself. But there are the little swirly whirlies. There is the kind of snowflakey part. It's really difficult to show filet. And then we go down to more swirly whirlies. So yes, even though you're working on the side long ways, I still had to chain over 200 stitches. How many stitches was it just to get the length of the width? In fact, it wasn't a train. None of it's a train. It wasn't a chain. You had to do foundation doubles. I had to do 226 foundation doubles. In this magazine, they call them foundation trebles because it is written in UK terms. I again had to translate that because even though I'm from the UK, guys, I prefer US terminology. It just clicks with me. It makes more sense. But yes, 226 foundation double crochets just for the width. So it is going to be a really lovely sized wrap. It is going to completely wrap and envelop the lucky person that is going to get this beautiful, beautiful hug. So when I show it this way, it doesn't look like much, does it? It really doesn't. But that's because it's not going to be wrapped around your body this way. It's going to be wrapped around your body this way. So it is really quite a long, wide wrap. I nearly said scarf. It's not a scarf. It's a wrap. So what do you think? Have you guys tried filet? Do you like the technique? Do you like the design that I picked? Do you like the yarn choice I made? I absolutely love it, and by using a 4mm with this yarn, it makes it super drapey. The cotton itself is super soft, but even when I've washed it, I'm sure it will soften up even more. I don't normally block the things that I make, so it will be up to the recipient to block should they wish, because Manfa's a little bit lazy in that department, guys, just letting you know. But I am enjoying it. Now, you would think with it being just double crochets and chains, it would be a really quick make. It would work up quickly. For me, because I have to be very careful of where I'm placing the stitches and it's a lot of counting, it takes a little while. It is more of a complex, I need to pay attention, you know, hyper focus, and it does take me a little bit of time. I'm hoping the more I kind of plug away at this, the more familiar again it will become to me, the quicker I'll get. But again, like I was saying earlier, there is no rush whatsoever, because this gift will make it to its intended recipient as soon as I have finished it. But I am not pressurizing myself, I am not stressing myself, I am not rushing it, because I want every stitch to be made with love. I want that person who receives it to wrap themselves up in my love and really, really enjoy the piece that I have made for them. So after today, guys, when these videos drop once a month, it will literally just be how much progress did I do. Now, in an ideal world, super organised OCD Manfa would love to have at least another complete repeat every video I do, but I don't want to put that pressure on myself, and I don't want to be unrealistic. I have lots of other projects on the hook, lots of other projects that need my time, and I also work full time, have 4 kiddos and have a household to run. So Manfa's just trying to be a little bit more sensible, and I of course will show every single bit of progress I make until this is done. So I will come back again next month and show you how much more I have managed to add to this. I am loving it, even though I am having to super concentrate and count. I think it's because I am making it for someone I love dearly, who is a very special person to me. And yeah, it is gorgeous. If you can get hold of some of that Elise, I would definitely recommend. It's not splitty, it flies off the hook, it is gorgeous. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous yarn. And with over 900 yards per cake, you get bang for your buck, I'm telling you, because like I said, I've got another one there. But hopefully that one won't be there no more, because I'm trying to stash down and I need room. I need room so that I can buy more. I also want the pretty things, the pretty yarns to be made into pretty things. They've all got to grow up and be something. What's the point in having a wonderful stash if you don't use it? Okay, so that is what I am trying to do. So there we go. So this is one of my 24 goals for 2024, because it is a hug and I want to make more hugs this year. It is also a double dip with stash down, because it is yarn from my stash that I received prior to 2024, so it will count for that. And it's another goal of 24 goals for 2024, because I toyed with the idea of actually having this segment, of actually making some of the things from my magazines. So this, guys, this one project is a triple dip. It ticks 3 boxes and ticks 3 goals on my 24 goals for 2024, because stash down was one of my goals as well. So there we have it. That is the start of the project for Magazine Makes. Like I said, I will link the playlist for the other makes and the other episodes down below in the description box. In the comments, let me know, have you tried filet crochet? Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Is it something that kind of is intimidating to you and you're a little bit scared to try it? Honestly, guys, give it a go. I really enjoy it. And I just love how, you know, carefully placed stitches create such beautiful designs in such a unique way. Honestly, give it a go. Be brave. Try. I do recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to let you get going. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I will, of course, be back with another video soon, but until then, stay safe, be kind, look after one another, get some good quality time in with your loved ones, and get some good quality crafting time in. I will see you in the next one, or around the YouTube streets. Bye, guys. Love ya.